You know, it's often we're encouraged to think outside the box. And I know for me as a leader, spending time up here seeing the broad view is very helpful to me to think about the long-term view of the business. What's around the next corner? What's over the next mountain? Somebody's got to be up here thinking about the long-term view of the business. But you know, if we spend all our time up here in this glass ivory tower, we get a distorted view of the real world. And so from the master retailers, I've learned we've got to also not only spend time up here at a 30,000 foot view, but we've also got to spend some time right on the shop floor as well. You know, one of the great retailers of our day was Sam Walton. So much we learned from Sam Walton. He redefined retailing as we know it here in America. In fact, he saw the broad view of what's taking place with consumer trends and developed the big box concept that we have today. But what most impresses me about Sam Walton is what an incredible thinker he was at the ground level. He would oftentimes actually sit down on the floor, a concrete floor, with his associates and sit on the floor with them and talk about the business and some of the things that they saw. That's the way to think about the business, not only from the 30,000 foot view, but also from the ground floor. So here's the challenge. Stay at 30,000 feet all the time. We get to see the broad view and long-term planning. But if we stay down here all the time, we see what's going on the street, but we lose the long-term perspective. So the challenge is to constantly move from 30,000 feet to the street view, from the street view back to 30,000 feet, and when we do, we'll have a much more complete view of what's really going on. So I ask the question, are our ears popping? And these little earplugs remind me of this great, valuable leadership lesson. Don't you just love the sights and sounds and the smells of a Home Depot, the smell of paint and lumber and sheetrock? It's a favorite place to come, but it's also a favorite place for master retailer Arthur Blank and Bernie Marcus. They found they did their best thinking about the business and thinking about the customer and their needs as they were right here on these polished concrete floors, thinking about how they could build an incredible home improvement center that has blanketed the U.S. and around the world. All of us need to remember that we best lead others when our ears are popping, when we're constantly moving from the corner office to see the broad view, but we're also spending time right here on the shop floor. When we're constantly changing our perspective, it's the best way for all of us to learn to think outside the box by getting outside the box so that we can be the leaders God wants us to be. Hey, for me, I'm packing some earplugs in my leadership toolkit.